in the light of the existential threat posed by climate change, the International Court of Justice, also known as the World Court, has recently delivered an advisory opinion, and that advisory opinion is considered to be an authoritative text in the international law. And this advisory opinion is concerning the climate change, the responsibilities of states related to climate change. One such advisory opinion was related to the Chagos Island, wherein the United Kingdom has accepted the advisory opinion of the World Court and then transferred the Chagos Island to Mauritius. Hello everyone, my name is Jahidul. Today we are going to discuss a very important issue related to the climate change, and we are going to discuss the role of the World Court, also known as the International Court of Justice, related to this. Alright, so let us start the discussion, and the topic that we are going to learn today is the World Court's advisory opinion boosts climate action. So we will understand about the advisory opinion of the World Court, and also we will understand how it boosts the climate action. All right. As you know that there are many countries that are island nations, and they are facing existential threats. I mean, like if climate change happens more, if global warming increases, sea level is going to go up, and these small island nations are at the verge of getting submerged under the sea. So they are facing existential threats, and that's why they have requested the United Nations General Assembly that they should seek an advisory opinion from the International Court of Justice related to the climate change, related to the responsibilities of states related to climate change. Yes, so the topic that we are going to discuss is precisely this one. So the International Court of Justice is also known as the World Court, and the advisory opinions that are delivered by this particular court is considered to be an authoritative interpretation of the international law. All right. So when we talk about, let's say, states cannot ignore their duties. So according to the advisory opinion of the International Court of Justice, so according to this court, they have said that the states or the countries cannot, evade their responsibility. Countries cannot ignore their duties related to climate change. Even if a country pulls itself out of a climate treaty, still that country is bound by the obligations related to climate change. And for that, this particular court has gone into interpreting all the international treaties related to climate. All right. So the International Court of Justice has unanimously delivered or ruled that the states have legal obligations to protect the climate system. And the court has interpreted all the climate treaties, including the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, the Kyoto Protocol, the Paris Agreement, etc. All right. Under the Paris Agreement, we have this nationally determined contribution also. So they have interpreted this also. All right. And the court has highlighted the principle of common but differentiated responsibility and responsive, according to their, responsible, they have. So the court highlighted the principle of common but differentiated responsibility and respective capabilities. Now when we talk about the self-contained regime, okay, so there were an idea that was floating around, right, related to interpretation of various states concerning the climate action. So this particular court, which is International Court of Justice, it has rejected the idea that the climate treaties constituted a self-contained regime, and that the principle and rules of general international law and environmental laws were inapplicable. So the International Court of Justice has denied this particular thing. It has rejected this particular idea that they contain self-declaratory thing. But the thing is, court has said that there are obligations of these states. And what obligations has the court identified? So the court has identified obligations to mitigate the climate change, including the duty of due diligence, the duty to prevent significant harm to the climate system, and the duty to cooperate in protecting the climate. Okay, so court has identified that these are the duties of the states, no matter whether the state has pulled itself out of a climate treaty or not. Okay, so if I state like United States of America, if it pulls out of any climate negotiation, any climate treaty, but like still it will be bound by these obligations that are listed over here. So this is leverage for the global south. So we are going to understand how it is going to be a leverage, how global south can benefit from this particular, I mean, like, you know, judgment or advisory opinion of the International Court of Justice. Basically, as I discussed, that is small island countries, small island nations have requested the United Nations General Assembly for this advisory opinion. All right, and this is a significant legal victory for the small island nations. Basically, like, they are the ones who are facing existential threat. And then countries in the global south can collectively pressurize developed nations to fulfill their commitments to climate finance and technology transfer. Okay, countries like global south, I mean, like, including India and many other countries, they can collectively pressurize the developed countries to fulfill their commitments that they have made over the years through different forums or under different treaties, that they are going to finance the climate action related activities. They are going to kind of, you know, provide their technology transfer support. So they should fulfill their commitments now. All right, so this is the thing. So this is a very, very important advisory opinion from the International Court of Justice. All right, you all should read and understand this particular topic. So that's all from my side for the day. Thank you so much everyone for watching this video. I hope you have a good day ahead. Thank you.